Hello students. In this video series, we are going to discuss environmental law syllabus analysis with its expected questions unit wise. So speaking of the environmental law, first unit is general. In the first unit, it's about what is environmental law. Environmental law includes the legal framework designed to protect and manage the environment. And first unit also deals with the pollution. What are the causes for the pollution? Various kinds of pollution: air pollution, water pollution, sound pollution, and the historical background to the historical background to the environmental law. And national environmental policy is important for the short note. This is just to the first unit. First unit important questions would be greenhouse effect, then causes of environment, principles of sustainable development can be asked from the first unit, second unit, or third unit. It can be a part of any unit, but it's very important. Then cultural and religious heritage is important from the short note point of view. And then ecosystem, historical background, Kautilya's jurisprudence. Okay, second unit is about the principles of sustainable development. When we talk about sustainable development is a process in which development to be sustained for generations to come. Here, this term sustainable development was given importance in the conference where there was one report, Brundtland report in 1987, gave the official definition to the term sustainable development. It defines sustainable development as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own. Then, in the sustainable development, there are certain jurisprudential pronouncements, judicial pronouncement. Sorry, it's judicial pronouncements. We have Vellore Citizen Welfare Forum, and then Narmada Bachao Andolan, Kendra, RLE Kendra Dehradun was a state of UP case, Kinkari Devi case, and then MC Mehta case, Enviro Legal Action case, Bhopal Gas Tragedy case, and then coming to the speech principles of the sustainable development, there is intergenerational equity principle, precautionary principle, polluter pay principle, public trust principle, absolute liability principle. This is from the second unit, and the connection between environmental law and constitution is again very important from this second unit. Speaking of the third unit is about the Rio Convention, which is also called as Earth Summit, and Stockholm Declaration. And then what are the remedies available in case of in case of environmental pollution, and then transboundary pollution. These are the certain important concepts from the third unit. Two concepts are very important. One is Stockholm Declaration and Rio Convention, which is also called as Earth Summit. Then it's just a quick information about the classes available. If you are in need of proper guidance, handwritten notes, classes, and regular check on your preparation, you can contact to our team on a given number 7019560214. Then speaking of the fourth unit is more of bare acts. So first act is Water Act. We have Water Pollution Act, Air Pollution Act. So Air Pollution Act 1981 includes 7 chapters, which contains 54 sections. 54 sections divided into 7 chapters. And then we have Water Pollution Act 1974, wherein it contains 64 sections divided into 8 chapters. That is the Water Pollution Act. So the main purpose of enacting the act was to prevent and control abate the air pollution. For this purpose, they have established the boards for the to perform the function so that the pollution can be controlled. That is first 2 acts: air pollution, water pollution, sound pollution. Judicial role pertaining to sound pollution can also be a very important question. And then comes the next question, very important, very important. That is Wildlife Protection Act. Wildlife Protection Act 1974 was enacted for the protection of wild animals, birds, and plants, and for the matters which are connected with it. So, Wildlife Protection Act in total consists of 66 sections divided into 7 chapters. And here in this Wildlife Protection Act, hunting, prohibition of hunting is important, and protected areas. Protected areas and hunting is important. And then there is this Forest Conservation Act. Forest Conservation Act in total consists of only 5 sections. But from the Forest Conservation Act, role of judiciary is important. Role of judiciary concerning with the Forest Conservation Act is important. This is the gist of fourth unit. These are the acts that we are going to cover in the fourth unit. Air Pollution Act, Water Pollution Act, Wildlife Protection Act, Forest Conservation Act. And then speaking of the last unit, from the last unit, it's about Environmental Protection Act, where in total it consists of 26 sections divided into 4 chapters. And in this Environmental Protection Act, salient features of the Environmental Protection Act, or they may ask the question as to the role of government, how the government is central government is taking measures to protect and improve the environment. That is section 3 is important. And then from this last unit, biomedical waste is important for the long note. And then environment impact assessment and this biomedical waste, environment impact assessment, and ECOMARC, environmental audit, coastal regulation zone. These are the certain important questions from the fifth unit. The role of central government, as mentioned on the section 3 of the Environmental Protection Act, biomedical waste, plastic management use rules of 1999, eco scheme, environmental impact assessment, and then procedure of collection of the sample. And then, yes, if you have any queries, you can contact to our team on the given number. And this is the fifth act. Okay, in total, it's basically 6 acts that we're going to deal. See you all in the next lecture. All the best for your tomorrow's paper.